We are going to see a topic of simply support beam, in which I share only one sum. The question is: a simply supported beam continuously restrained laterally along its length, carrying uniform distributed service load. In the service load consists of dead load and celestial live load. Dead load is 4.7 kN per meter and live load is 6.5 kN per meter. And the span length is 5 meter. The section is already given. It is the lightweight I section of grade of steel is Fe410. The limit deflection for the beam need be taken as span by 300. In this sum, we have to calculate the deflection and we have to check the given section is satisfy the above loading condition or not. Okay. Now, let's start the sum. First, what are all the given conditions and the data available in the question? It is given that the steel grade is Fe410. So value of Fy is equal to 250 MPa and take the Young's modulus of steel as 2 into 10 to the power of 5 MPa. It is not given in the question, but we know that the Young's modulus of steel is 2 into 10 to the power of 5 MPa. Then we have to check to find. In this question, we have to find the given section is about node or not. We have to check the section. In coming to section point, first we have to calculate the working load. Again, I am saying in the first chapter, working load not by using the limit. So we have to Okay, coming to step 1, first we have to calculate the design working load. Design working load. It is in this sum, it is represented as WS. WS equal to working load is, in this question, it is given that the dead load is 4.5. So we have to add that 4.5 plus 6.5, which is called as the live load. We have to add this two. By adding this two, we get 11 Newton, because this is given as in the form of Newton. In the question, it is given as dead load is equal to 4.5 kilonewton per meter and the live load is given as 6.5 kilonewton per meter. Okay, the total load, we add the total load, it is given by 11 kilonewton per meter or 11 Newton per mm square. Sorry, not it is not a square because this is the load area. Okay, coming to step 2. Step 2, we have to calculate the working bending moment and the shear force. Okay, we have to calculate the design working bending moment, BM, bending moment is represented as BM, and shear force is represented as SF. The maximum value of design bending moment. In the equation, it is given that the simply supported beam, it is a simply supported beam. It is a simply supported beam of continuous strain laterally, continuous beam. Okay, wow. It is in the form of UDL because 4.5 kilonewton per meter in the sense it is it acts throughout its length. Okay. See, this is the beam. It is a simply supported beam. In this beam, the load is acting throughout its span. Okay. Simply supported beam. The load is acting throughout its span length. Span length. Okay. So the working load is, we calculated the working load as 11 kilonewton per meter. Okay. So WS is equal to 11 kilonewton or Newton mm or kilonewton per meter. We calculated the working load. Okay. Mark this as EA and mark this as P. Okay. Now we have to calculate the bending moment. What is the formula to calculate the bending moment for simply supported beam, which is in UDL? WS is equal to, MS is equal to WSL square divided by 8. In this, WS is the working load. Working load is the sense it is 11. Length is, what is the length? Length is 5. It is given in the question, length is equal to 5 meter. So length is 5. The whole square divided by 8. Answer is 34.375. Unit for moment is kilonewton meter. Then coming to the shear force. Coming to the shear force, Vs, the formula to calculate the shear force for simply supported having a UDL load is WS, which is W by WL by 2, where W is equal to 11 and L is the 5 divided by 2. Answer is 27.5 kilonewton. Okay, wow. The unit for shear force is kilonewton. Okay. Draw this diagram. Plot the shear force and bending moment in this diagram. We have to plot in center itself because in the simply supported carrying a UDL load, the bending moment, maximum bending moment occurs at the mid of the span. Okay, first join this. Okay, this is negative and this is the positive. The value is 27.5 and here it also 27.5. Its unit is kilonewton because this is the shear force diagram. And coming to the bending moment, the maximum bending moment occur at the center of the span. What is the bending moment? 34. So it is the maximum bending moment. Here the value is 34.375. Maximum bending moment occur at the mid of the span. This is the maximum bending moment and shear force. Then coming to step 3. Coming to step 3, we have to calculate the elastic section modulus. By using the elastic section modulus, we have to calculate elastic. Next step is a calculation of elastic section modulus for cross section. Why we are calculating the elastic section modulus? By using the elastic section modulus, we know that it is a lightweight I section, but we don't know there are different types based on the weight and based on the area. In the steel table, we know there is a I section having different condition, different area. By knowing the elastic section modulus, we choose the specific section. Okay, we choose the specific section, so that only we are choosing the elastic section modulus. In this, you have to calculate the elastic section modulus. It is represented as ZEZ. What is the formula? Is M divided by, that is moment, bending moment divided by FAB. C. Okay. In this, we know the bending moment, but we don't know the value of FAB. Okay, FABC. So we have to calculate the value of FABC. The formula to calculate the value of FABC is 0.66 into Fy. Okay, because it is considered as the plastic class 1 section. If we consider it is a plastic section, the formula is used to calculate FBC is 0.66 into Fy. Okay, it is Fy represent the allowable bending stress. FAB is the allowable bending stress. 0.66 into, we know the value of Fy, which is 250. Okay, right. Next, FABC is equal to 165 MPa. Okay. We calculated the value of FPA. Substituting this value in elastic section modulus, we get the value. We know the value of M, moment value, we know the value 34.375. It is given in kilonewton. So into 10 to the power of 3. Kilonewton is converted into Newton. So we multiply into 10 to the power of 3 divided by FBC. The value of FBC is 165. Right. Okay. The answer is 208.33 into 10 to the power of 3 mm cube. Unit for section modulus is mm cube. Okay, millimeter cube. Okay, by knowing the section modulus ZEZ, by knowing the section modulus, we can choose the section. In the question, it is given as the lightweight I section, but they doesn't denote the specific section. Okay, by knowing this is that the section modulus, we can choose the specific section. Okay, so in this steel table, by using steel table, the section can be chosen. Okay. In steel table, the page number is In steel table, the page number is 9. I choose section ISLB 250 at 27.9 kg per meter. I choose this section because in the question it is given that it is the I section and it should be in L represent the lightweight and it is a beam. B represent beam. In the question it is given that design the lightweight I section beam. So by knowing this section modulus, இதுக்கு எந்த வேல்யூ நியரரா இருக்குன்னு பாத்துங்க. இந்த செக்ஷன் மாடுலஸ்க்கும் நம்ம கோட் புக்ல இருக்கிற செக்ஷன் மாடுலஸ்க்கும் which is closely nearer, எந்த வந்து ரொம்ப க்ளோஸா நியரரா இருக்கோ we should take that value. So I choose this section. Okay, for this section the value of ZEZ is 297.4. It is given in a centimeter cube. The value of ZPZ plastic modulus is 338.69 centimeter cube and area is 35.53 mm square and H equal to B, which is equal to 250 mm, and the value of BF represent breadth of flange 125 mm. And TF is the thickness of the flange. Thickness of the flange is 8.2 mm. TW is the thickness of web, which is 6.1 mm, and RY is minimum radius of gyration, which is 2.3 mm. Okay, these value is taken from the steel table book in the page number of 9. Refer the steel table book and check this value. Then coming to next step, step 4. In this, we have to calculate the moment of inertia. Moment of inertia should be calculated in this step 4. Moment of inertia of cross section from deflection criteria. So the minimum moment of inertia of cross section required is given by, we know del max is equal to pi WS. We know this formula, L power 4 385 EIZ for simply supported beam. This is for simply supported beam. In the question it is given, it is a simply supported beam of continuous UDL load, okay, which is equal to, deflection limit is given as L by 300. So from this we have to separate the IZ. Okay, we know all this value, L value we know, WS value we know, Young's modulus we know, the value of Young's modulus and the length value we know. From this we can separate IZ, where IZ is equal to take the IZ. IZ is equal to 1. Wait. Okay. Now we calculated the value of IZ. In this, 300 is multiplied like this. Okay. So we get 1500 WS L power 4 divided by, you have to substitute the value of WS. We know the value of WS is 11 and the value of length is 5 meter. It is given in meters, so we have converted it into millimeters. So multiply into 10 power 3, and here L1 L is cancelled. So in this it is L power 3. So the value of Young's modulus is 2 into 10 power 5. Right? Okay. By solving this, we can get the value of IZ is 2685.55 into 10 to the power of 4 mm power 4. Then coming to step 5, we have to select the trial section. Trial section means it comes under a plastic or elastic, semi-elastic. So for that, we have to know the value of epsilon. The formula for epsilon is root of 250 divided by y, Fy. Okay, root of 250, the value of Fy is 250. We know the value of Fy. So it is 1. Fy get cancelled, the value is 1. Okay. By knowing this value, keep this value. Okay. Then coming to we have in page number 3. Sorry, in page number 18 of IS 800, page number 18 of IS 800, it is given that the condition to choose whether it is a plastic or semi-plastic. For that, we have to calculate D by TW. In this, D represents the DW. Okay, because the bending can occur only in the web of the I section. The bending can occur only in the web, like this. Okay, web of the I section. The bending only occur in web. So D is equal to DW. For this, we have to calculate the DW. We know only the value of D by using the steel table. So by using the value of D, we have to calculate the value of DW. The formula is DW is equal to H minus of 2 into TF plus R1. Okay. R1, the value of R1 is taken from the steel table book of page number 3. Page number 3 of steel table. The value is taken from the page number 3 of steel table. So in the steel table, the value of R1 is 13. Okay, check, refer the steel table. DW is equal to, and the value of H is 250. We already taken from the steel table.
2 into the value of T is 8.2. In the step 3, we have calculated the value of TF and H by using the steel table. Only we can take the extra value, that is R1, from the page number 3 of steel table. Okay. Plus the R1 value is 30. So by substituting these value in this formula, we get the answer of 207.66 mm. So we get this value. Substitute this dW in this formula. So the value of dW by TW is equal to 207.6 divided by 6.1. So we get 34.03. This should be check for bending in the web section. So the value of 34.08 should be less than of 84 of epsilon. The value of epsilon is 1. So substitute this epsilon value in this. So we get 34.03 should be less than 84. We get this condition. So this condition can satisfy the plastic class 1 condition, which comes under the section should be in a plastic stage. Class 1 la varum. So it comes under the plastic condition. Right. This can be checked. Already I told the page number, right? It is checked in the code book of IS 800, page number 80. Refer it. Then coming in this step 5, another checking is done for cross sectional resistance. First we have to check whether the section is a plastic or a semi-plastic section classification. Okay. Another one is we have to check for its cross sectional resistance. In this we have to calculate the value of shear buckling, which is represented by HW, which is equal to H minus of 2 into thickness of flange, which is equal to the value of H is 250 minus 2 into 8.2, which is equal to 233.6 mm. Then in this, the shear buckling resistance can be checked for its web. Shear buckling resistance can check for web. Web means this is the flange and this is called as web. Okay. So the formula is HW by TW. Already we check the bending resistance for web. Now we are checking the shear resistance for web. It is represented by HW by TW. So the value of HW is calculated here. In this, this is the total height. Sorry, this is the total height. Okay, this is the I section. This is the total height. We can minus the, we want only the thickness of the height. We want only the height of the web. நம்மளுக்கு height of the web மட்டும் தான் தேவை. ஏன்னா நம்மளுக்கு வந்து எங்க நடக்குதுன்னா வெப்ல மட்டும் தான் நடக்குதா. சோ நம்மளுக்கு வெப் உடைய ஹைட் மட்டும் தேவை. So we have to minus the height of, நம்ம என்ன பண்ணோம்னா இந்த உடைய ஃபிளாஞ்சியும் இந்த உடைய ஃபிளாஞ்ச் உடைய திக்னஸ், இது ஹைட் இல்ல, நம்மளுக்கு திக்னஸ் TF இது. ஓகேவா? TF இது TF, இது ஒரு TF. சோ நம்ம 2 TF வந்து இந்த டோட்டல் ஹைட்ல இருந்து அந்த 2 TF மைனஸ் பண்ணிட்டீங்கன்னா நம்மளுக்கு வந்து இதோடைய ஹைட் மட்டும் கிடைக்குமா, ஹைட் ஆஃப் த வெப் மட்டும் கிடைக்குமா, அததான் இங்க போட்டிருக்காங்க. அப்ப ஹைட் ஆஃப் த வெப் வந்து கால்குலேட் பண்ணியாச்சு. the height of the web is 233.6 divided by TW is, what is the value of TW? 66.1. Yeah, get the value of 38.30, which is less than of 74 epsilon. 67, sorry, 67 epsilon. You know the value of epsilon is 1. So 38.30 should be less than 67. It is checked under page number, note the page number 59 of IS. Refer this. Okay, refer this in code book. Then coming to shear resistant. Coming to shear resistant, which is the actual shear stress. The formula is TB is equal to Vs divided by TB naught. This is a tau. Tau B is equal to Vs divided by AV, where Vs divided by AV will represent the shear. Already I told shear occurs only in the web. So area gives the value of web in the I section. So height of the web into thickness of the web. In this Vs is, we already calculated the value of Vs, shear force. It is 27.5 into 10 to the power of 3 divided by HW is 23. We calculated this 233.6 into 6.1. The value is 19.30 MPa. Why we are calculating the value of HW? Because the shear buckling and shear resistance is occur only in the web of the I section. So the value of எல்லா அந்த ஹைட்ன்றது நம்ம டோட்டல் ஹைட் எடுக்க கூடாது. ஏன்னா வெப்ல மட்டும் தான் அக்கர் ஆகுதுன்றதுனால நம்ம ஹைட் வந்து என்ன எடுக்கணும்னா வெப்போட ஹைட் மட்டும் தான் எடுக்கணும். We have calculated only the web height. Okay, wow. Okay. Therefore, it should be the given the calculated value should be less than of 100 MPa, because it is the 100 MPa is calculated by the formula of 0.4 into Fi. This is the standard formula. It should be the calculated value should satisfy this condition. That is 19.30 should be less than 0.4 into Fi. By multiplying the value of Fi, we get the 100 MPa. So this condition is satisfied. Hence, the shear resistance is adequate. Then coming to actual bending stress, then find the actual bending stress. The bending stress at a point of maximum bending moment. Where the maximum bending moment can occur? Midspan, right? So the maximum bending stress, we have to calculate the value of the maximum bending stress, which is FBC equal to MS divided by ZTZ, which is, we know the value of bending moment, which is equal to 34.375 into 10 to the power of 6 divided by 297.43 into 10 to the power of 3, which is equal to 115.57 MPa. This should be less than the value of FAB. We already calculated the value of FAB, which is equal to 165 MPa. So it should be less than the value of FAB. So this condition gets satisfied. So the trial I section, the selected trial section. What section we selected? IES LB 250 at 27.9 kg per meter can accept all the design condition, and hence it is SAF, and hence therefore it is safe and economical in section. Okay, this is the design procedure for this cell. Note it down. Okay, thank you.